I'm gonna give you a heads up. So when she came to my house, the cops were already outside.
Right, but just let's see if we can focus on my question first, and then you can
Okay.
tell me what you were about to tell me. So the first incident would have been prior to July 15th, 2023, because July 15th, 2023 is a date on which the batteries on a law enforcement officer were alleged to have occurred and the violation of pretrial release condition. So if the pretrial release condition was already in effect, that had to have been in effect as a result of
Of the
something
very
happened
first, the
before.
very first incident that took place when the cop came in and said he was gonna take over, and the other cop came and said something, and all of a sudden, the cop didn't do anything, and he went over and started talking to us. When the next cop came over and said something, I explained to him what was going on and how I didn't see something was right. So you know what he did? He said, just for your safety, I'm gonna go ahead and, if you want me to, I'll go ahead and put a PFA in it, but it's underneath everything, so they wouldn't be able to go see it right away, because just in case they try to do something sideways. I said, oh yeah, that's how they're gonna do it? I said, yeah, because I feel like this is gonna come back and she's working with that police officer over there.
What does the acronym PFA stand for?
I don't know, what does it stand for?
I don't know.
I don't know neither.
Okay. Okay, but that's the terminology that the officer used with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's when she's typing, she can't get this.
Okay, yeah, so, and he put in a secret PFA, so that way if she ever came back, and because something was going on with the police department that she was dealing with that was there, that if she would come back, as I said she would, that it would be a problem. And sure enough, when she came back the next time, instructed by the police officers to come in so she can get away with her case, because she was calling me from the hospital, having the security guards try to be her backup.
Okay. So, in July of 2023, that's the date on which Ms. Pearson is alleged to have committed a battery against the police. On that date, it is alleged that Officer Dintelman responded and Officer Mazzei responded. Do you know which of those two officers you had contact with?
That I had contact with?
Yes, can you identify them by name?
No, the female officers who she attacked came in my house that she spit on, came in my house and washed her face off of my sink.
Okay, did you tell me that on that date, Ms. Pearson was transported to the hospital?
I don't know where she went. I don't know where she went to after that.
Okay. Do you remember observing any evidence of Ms. Pearson trying to injure the police officers?
Yes,
in any
I
way?
had to calm her down.
Okay. What attempts do you recall observing regarding Ms. Pearson trying to cause injury to any police officers?
Okay, so the initial she came into my home, she was trying to get me on rape charges. So initially she came to my door, she knocked on my door. I opened my door, here she was with her dog in a bathing suit. She immediately came in her
dog in a
house.
bathing suit?
She came in with a dog, and she had a bathing suit on.
Oh, Laurel had a bathing suit.
She immediately started fingering herself, and immediately started throwing things around in my house.
And when you say fingering herself, is that the common understanding?
She started taking her finger and ejaculating her vagina.
Okay.
And as she started doing that, she came into my home and started throwing things around. Immediately, I knew something was up. I looked outside. The Coral Springs Police Department was already riding around.
Okay, and what did you think was going on?
A setup.
Okay.
Why it's a setup? Because she has involved with the guy who does these rape cases here in Broward County, had him underneath her wing. Just so happened he got locked up for covering up cases.
Who's he?
Demetrius,
Is that
one of the sheriff officers that got arrested for falsifying information.
okay?
Her, and which was told by one of our mutual friends that she was trying to get me on rape charges, which it would have stuck due to having them in their pocket. So therefore, I already knew something was going on. So when she came to the house, she didn't think she was going to get arrested. Why? Because the police was working with her, telling her what to do. So when they came to the house, and the lady said, "Oh no, we can't arrest her because you opened up the door and she was drunk, and we're gonna let her go home and she can come back and get her vehicle." I said, "No, ma'am, she got a PFA against her." And she was like, huh?
How
No,
did
she
you know
don't.
that she had a PFA against her?
Once again, from the initial charge, the cop said he put in
Okay.
PFA.
So that is
that was-
something that happened prior to this incident.
Right.
All right.
Knowing that the police department was involved with everything she's doing. So the cop, who just so happened to be somebody maybe affiliated with the Masons or maybe not, or just affiliated with just being a good cop, understands the situation.
And this is the male cop or the female cop?
This is prior to that incident.
Oh, this is the date prior.
Prior. So when the female cop came in and stated that, oh, she couldn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, you can, because she has a PFA against her. And none of this stuff started until she told me about a murder case that she covered up.
Okay, and who told you about a murder case?
Laurel.
All right. So when did Laurel tell you about a murder case that she covered up?
That she didn't cover up, the police covered up, and she actually was in on that day. So what happened was Laurel used to call me every morning because Laurel was a problem. So I used to help her out with some things. We'll laugh and giggle, go back and forth. We'll talk about some things about her day to make sure she stays peaceful because she's going through problems in her life.
What kind of problems?
She's on drugs heavily.
Okay. Was she also a nurse?
Yes.
Did you know that she was a nurse?
Yes.
Okay, were you assisting her with her nursing career in any way at all?
Just helping her do her studies, and when I would go there, to, get some juice or something while I was there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
When you were at the hospital, you mean?
Yeah, but I stopped because I used to deliver nuclear medicine.
What kind of medicine?
Nuclear medicine.
Okay. Was that an occupation that you had?
Yeah, my own business.
Okay. And so, during the times that you were delivering nuclear business to Laurel's place of business, she was occupied as a nurse there?
Yes.
All right, and you would visit her when you went to this location?
When I would drop off medicine, I would call, we'd be on the phone having a conversation. Are you stopping in about a day? Yeah, I drop off. Also, Laurel was actually had one of her probation officers work there as well, who she was sleeping with.
Okay, well, who she was sleeping with?
Yeah, she was sleeping with.
Were you sleeping with Laurel at the same time as the probation?
Yeah.
Do you
She's a
remember?
freak. Yes, we was.
Okay.
Everybody was.
I
Yeah.
wasn't.
I'm a freak. So yes, I'm a freak. Yes. So yes, she knew I was a freak. Me and my girlfriend had an open relationship. That's why Laurel was there. That's why Laurel knew about my girlfriend. Laurel knew about my life because I'm open. I don't lie.
Mhm.
Get it?
Okay. So, how long was your, I'm not gonna call it a romantic relationship, how long was your sexual relationship with Laurel?
Off and on for like 2 years.
Okay. And when did it end?
The day she attacked me.
Okay. And at any time after the incident that caused you to get the PFA, was there any sexual activity between the two of you?
No.
Okay. Was there sexual activity between the two of you on any time between the time that the police came, the two police officers were in your place, between then and the time before when the PFA was obtained?
Yeah, because she came to my house prior to that. And
Prior.
I had to throw her out of my house.
Okay.
And when I threw her out of my house, she, I broke my arm. So how she got me back to go talk to her again is she called and said, oh, she broke her arm.
She calls what?
She called me and said she broke her arm.
Okay.
I don't know what to do. I don't got no help down here.
Okay.
And because I was like, okay, I'm a good guy. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to see you in no trouble. I don't want to see anything. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's going on. Here to find out, she tried to tell my friends that I broke her arm. And this is somebody who's highly respected in the fire department, who I helped train to get into the fire department.
Physically trained?
Physically trained. And physically know that the fire department is giving people Adderall to try to maintain their stability. I actually told her to stop training with me, and they gave her Adderall. She got on Adderall, and now I had to wean her off of Adderall, and I started training her again on the side. I have video of me training her in her uniform when she couldn't pass her test. But I helped her able to pass her test by putting her in her uniform. So yes, I work with a lot of people, and I give people chances. Why? Because I have to protect myself, and guess what? People work hard for the things they do. And of course, there's people out in this world that will run you amok, which means run you amok, which means will take advantage of you when they have a chance to. So I was trying to communicate and get the nurses and doctors together so we would have a team of people who would be good in a society that would go ahead and help. And those who would break down, if my friend at the fire department would break down things she's seen, she can go to the hospital and talk to the friend that she knows. Or my friend at the hospital knows what's going on and she breaks down. She has somebody to talk to when she goes there. So it's a communication plan that we all stick together, we help each other out. That's the way life's supposed to be. Now, when she came to my house or told me that she had her arm broken, she came back to my house doing the same thing all over again, and I threw her out my house.
Was this before the incident where she was accused of battering the police officers?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the date of that first incident?
Nah, I don't know the date. I'm not good with dates or names. So I
It's
remember
okay.
faces though.
It's a long time ago, it's okay. The police report says that she was extremely intoxicated.
Extremely.
Okay, and on the date that the police arrived and placed her under arrest for violating.
They was gonna let her
restraining
go.
order. They were gonna let her go until you insisted that they.
No, they was gonna let her go, and then they said something about about the case. They brought up the case that I previously had on her. Then I was like, no, she can never come here again. Oh, well, we'll just get an order for her to not come here. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm very cool with that. And then I stated that, hey, you know what? None of this stuff ever happened. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to ruin Laurel. Listen, so because Laurel knew that and they knew
Who
her
said that?
situation,
Who said you
I
did?
told them because they tried to instruct her. She's not that smart to try to do some things she's doing, which means she got instructed to do them things. And with the police officers already riding around outside my home when she was there, which means this is what they was trying to do, trying to get her off of it, off the case that she was on. So when I told the police officer, hey, none of this stuff ever started until Laurel told me about this murder case that happened up there and y'all cover it up. What murder case? I was like, I don't know. Just so happened the mother called my telephone too, of the child who got murdered. Just so happened I used to train her as well. So when Laurel came there, I was even telling her, just go ahead, just let her go, just get her away from here and tell her she can never come here again.
And this is on the date that
So
she
she came
was
with the police
accused of
officer.
battering the police.
Right. And when the police found out that she had the PFA against her, to know she was going to jail. That's when Laurel started going
I
crazy
got it.
because she thought she was getting away with it.
Now, the police claim that you made a 911 call on that.
Yes, I
You
did.
Okay.
Because they were outside running around already. They was already there within a second because they was outside
Why did you
already.
call 911 on that day?
Because Laurel came inside my home. She started ejaculating herself and throwing things around my home.
When you say ejaculate, you mean
She started putting her finger inside her vagina,
okay.
which means that she was trying to get a rape charge on me, try to claim rape. Which why? Because the guy they had under their wing. See, the guy who was doing the investigation for the rapes, they had him underneath their wing. Which underneath their wing means they had him underneath and saying, hey, he's going to cooperate with them. Hence the reason why he got locked up and 41 cases came up. All right, so I know the procedure you was trying to do. Why? Because the fire department lady called and told me that she was trying to do that.
Okay, I got it. All right, so the reason that you called the police that day was because in your mind you believed that she was setting you up for a rape charge by virtue of her putting her finger in her vagina.
Yes.
Got it.
Which means is now when you go to the hospital, now you get what? Knowing that, hey, something did something to you. So you can claim anything you want to. And if you have that guy underneath your belt, guess what he's going to do? Say everything that you need to say that's correct.
Okay. How drunk was she when she was there that day on the 15th of July?
I asked her, what the hell is she doing at my house? Because she just came out of nowhere. And I just opened up my door.
You opened up your door?
Yeah, she banged on my door. I didn't look through my door. I'm like, who the hell's at my door?
Right.
So I opened up my door, and here she is right there with her dog. But so I walked straight in my home. What the, excuse my language, what the fuck you doing here? For verbatim, what the fuck you doing here? You ain't supposed to be around me. Oh, blah, 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 blah. You said something about the baby. I can't believe you didn't have the baby. Da, 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 da.
Say that one more time.
The
You
baby.
said something about.
So I had a baby. So because I had a baby, she just went crazy, ate crazy. And that's what she was complaining about. Oh, you had a baby, baby. She just came to my house, started throwing things all around in my house.
Did she think that she was in an exclusive relationship with you? I thought,
No, she didn't.
why would she be upset about you having a baby then?
Because she made a lie when I first met her that she got pregnant, and it was a lie. She lied. She's a compulsive liar. Her mom, what really got me turned on to her was when her mom stated that she's trying to steal her credit card information. When her mom said, "Hey, Laurel, I don't know what you got going on, but I'll set this credit card down and you get a number out anyway, try to take money out of this account. I don't know what you got going on, but whatever you got going on, you or somebody else is going to get hurt. You need to stop what you're doing." When I heard her mother say that, that's when I know she's too far gone.
What does that mean, too far gone?
Which means is you're involved with somebody else, and somebody else is taking you down a rabbit hole that you can never come back from.
Got it.
She had a drug dealer staying with her. She had went to the casino, I guess maybe got a charge on her, and had me go to the casino one day with her and give her some money so she can go gamble, and turned around and said, "Oh, you gave me money because you're a drug dealer," and said it over the telephone, which means it's who you're trying to talk to.
Yeah. Okay.
She went to, as a matter of fact, she started
Talk to me
screwing.
about the batteries. Talk to me about the batteries that she's alleged to have committed against the police that day.
Okay, so when she got taken outside in handcuffs, and they said she wasn't going to go to jail, and when she found out she was going to go to jail, I had to come outside my home because I was outside talking to the female cop. The male cop, you heard the male cop said, "Just do this, do this, do this." He said, "Just sit down and sit down, put the handcuffs on, put the handcuffs on." I went outside, both of them. When I went outside, she wouldn't put her head down to walk down the steps in the handcuffs. The female cop runs downstairs to go assist. She's still doing it. She started.
She's still doing what?
She still wouldn't go down. She wouldn't go down. So I'm sitting here looking like, "Laurel, what the fuck are you? Excuse my language. Laurel, what are you doing?
You were trying to talk her into cooperating with the police.
Red, what are you doing, Laurel? Just go. They're not going to arrest you. They're not going to arrest you. They're not going to arrest you."
Oh, so they weren't in the process of arresting her at that point. They were just escorting her out.
Right, they put her in handcuffs because she was the aggressor at the scene, so they put her in handcuffs.
But she wasn't under arrest.
I don't know. I wasn't inside talking to the police officer inside.
Okay.
So when I come outside, they put the when I came outside, the officer was telling her to go down the steps. She wouldn't. The female cop went downstairs right after her. They couldn't get her down until I had to scream, "Laurel, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you on? Like, what the fuck are you on?" I said, "You're on something that's not right. Look at you. You're fucking foaming from the mouth. Look at you. What the fuck
She
are
was
you
foaming from the mouth.
Foaming from the mouth. She was foaming from the mouth.
Oh.
Foaming from the
So
mouth."
something was clearly wrong with her at the time.
In this world, because I know both sides of the world, whoever she got involved with turned her on some crazy shit. And they needed to because they wanted to ruin her credibility. Because she knew what happened when the cops brought the lady in during the murder, right? And she said, "Hey, they killed that kid, they killed that kid, they killed that kid." So immediately I knew that once she opened her mouth and said something, that they're gonna make her look bad. So I already knew that they're gonna link her up with people, they're gonna put people in her life that's gonna ruin her and gonna take her down a rabbit hole that she can't come back from.
Did you ever see her actually strike a police officer?
Okay, so so when she goes down the steps, and I tell her, "Laurel, what are you doing? Go down the steps." For some odd reason, she looked at me and she snapped out of it. She snapped out of it. She goes downstairs, she's walking downstairs, and they got her downstairs. And whatever they were saying, whatever she was saying, it was basically in a manner, "You didn't think you said I wasn't going to jail. You said I wasn't going to jail." And all of a sudden, you see her still flaring. When they put her in there,
Still flailing and flailing?
yes, so she's doing this motion, doing
Okay,
this.
and just so
Just-
the
Oh,
court reporter has to type
so
what you're doing with
so
your
okay,
arms?
so when she's
moving her arms
so she's
around.
moving around. So she's trying to, because remember they got her in handcuffs. One's on the right side of her, one's on the left side of her, moving her down, carrying her like that. She originally went down the steps after I calmed her down. She went down the steps normally, When she got halfway to the police car and knew she was going there, that's when she started losing it again.
Were her hands handcuffed together?
Yes.
So she didn't have a handcuff with another police officer?
No, she was handcuffed behind her behind.
Okay, so she wasn't really able to move her arms around.
No,
much,
but
was she?
no, but when they put her in the cop car, she started kicking and started doing all that stuff inside before they even put her in the cop car.
Okay,
So
but
when they put her in the car,
you described a moment ago that she was flailing and flailing.
she was doing this. She's throwing her shoulders around.
So she's
trying-
moving her body.
Right, trying to get. And Laurel is, I train her. I train most of my trainers are way tougher than most of your cops. Period. Point blank. Period.
Okay.
So Laurel will be able to handle both of them, no problem.
No, with handcuffs on them.
Sir, the way I train people, I train way above what anybody ever thinks. She's a nurse, okay? She had people come at her. You have to train them to be better than what they ever can be.
I get it. I
So,
understand.
so
But
Laurel
I
is
guess what I'm
strong.
asking you
Laurel
this.
is strong as an ox.
But when you train people, you don't train them while they're wearing handcuffs, do you?
No, but okay. So, if you're in the handcuffs, and I want to knock you down about the handcuffs, I could knock you down. I could kick you in your throat. I could kick you in all your pressure points.
While you have your handcuffs on.
While I have handcuffs on.
Okay. But I guess it does, though, impede your ability to strike anyone with your hands.
Right.
Right. And I'm assuming that Laurel wasn't using her feet to kick anyone.
Yes, she did. When they
Oh.
put her in the cop car, she started kicking.
Well, that was to get out of the police car, though, right?
As they was putting her in the car,
Right.
that's what she was doing.
Oh, so did it appear that she was kicking in order to strike a police officer?
Yes, that's how the
Male
lady
or
just that's
female?
the female, because she was the one that did the most of the thing. That's how that lady's shoulder got dislocated. Think I didn't know that neither, huh?
I didn't know it.
I know.
Okay.
And you know how I know? Because I check on people. You know how I know? Because I still kept her dog. Because they was going to kill her dog.
Do you still have her dog now?
No. And here's another scenario for her to come get her dog. She still came back to my apartment. How'd that happen? Oh, because of the police department. I kept her dog so they wouldn't kill it. The Humane Society said we have no room for this dog. So I kept the dog for the Humane Society. So at the end of the day, did I really want to see people go down and do stuff like that? No. But at the end of the day, is some people so far gone now that now they believe they got everything? No, they got too many things, too many corners on them, and been in too many things that allow them to now to move forward. Now, when Laurel goes down, whatever she goes down for, she's probably going to tell on everything she probably knows. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it'll save her out of some things she got herself into. Laurel also told me that she took her laptop down to Miami. She has a cousin that works in Miami that she was working with. That's a police officer.
The police say, okay, this is on 8/26. 8/26 is the second occasion. That's about a month, maybe a month and a half after the July incident that we're talking about with the batteries on a law enforcement officer. All right, so on 8/26, they say that they responded to her home in reference to a welfare check on her.
No.
Because she was making suicidal threats.
No, sir, she came to my house after they did my ring thing and stole all my ring identity and did all that stuff. She came to my house with a knife trying to duck underneath my ring camera, banging on my door, thinking that my girlfriend was going to be there with the baby. See, back home, you know what they do? People knock on the door and they open the door, they kill the person who opened the door, no questions asked. Don't believe me, go ahead and Google some of the stuff that's in my background. So when she came out to my house with a knife, they didn't go to her house for a wellness check. They went to her house to press charges on her because they seen her come to my house. So if they call it a wellness check, guess what? Somebody lied to me. And them police officers should go down for being dirty too. Period. So the third time they went to her house for a wellness check, and they arrested her with another charge.
That was having to do with something that happened the day before with you.
Right. So that means they wasn't going to her house to check on a wellness charge, a wellness case. So you know
No,
what that? So that
I
means
don't-
the cops are lying.
Right?
Right? So that means they wanted to do something to her because they knew that she told me. See that? See how this is all going to work out? See how it's all playing?
Did you see a physical altercation between Laurel and a police officer in the landing between the second and third floor of the apartment?
That's when she wouldn't go down. And I had to tell her what the fuck are you doing? You're on something. Look at you. You're foaming from the mouth. I said, I deliberately told you, you can't trust these people. They're going to put you down. And ever since that incident that Laurel told me, Laurel's been going down, 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 down,
Yeah.
down.
She has some serious mental health issues going on, huh?
She had them. She was under. Listen, sir. What I tell you, she was under control. She was doing good. She was getting rewards at her job. She was doing everything she was supposed to do until that incident came across her plate.
Which incident are we talking about?
The day that she told me the cops killed that kid. After that day, she has not been the same. Laurel went completely to somebody that I don't even want to know. Laurel's from the same town, from the same area I'm from. I know how hard it is to get out of them areas, what's in them areas, the whole nine. Laurel's into prostitution. She's into selling her body. The doctors turned her on to the coke. You understand what I'm saying? Doctors did that to her. So I know what the psychiatrists know. I talked to her that type of, who got you on this? Why they do this? What's going on with this? To try to help people, because that's what we need in life. We need friends who don't matter what we go through, who's going to be there for us.
I agree.
Not when you go outside and start now you want to jeopardize who I am because you're mad and upset. You're jealous. You went as far as telling my friends things, and when my friends found out that you was a compulsive liar, they turned around and apologized, and then started telling me everything that you've been trying to do to me. So if them cops said they went there for a wellness check, and the day before I called and pressed charges on her, then guess what? Somebody's doing something underlining. And that's sad. Which means is everything I'm saying right now today, they're trying to make sure they get clean for it. And that's why I stay in the fight. All these things that's been happening to me ever since that day took forth.
All right, so this all goes back to June 28th of 2023. That's where the whole thing started. On that date, you called the police responded.
At her, and that was in Coconut Creek?
The police say they responded to 3630 Terrapin Lane, apartment 705, in reference to
That's her
domestic
apartment.
disturbance. That's what?
That's her apartment.
Okay.
Yeah, she that's the first day she started.
You were with her that day, right?
Yep,
Okay, and who called the police?
I did.
Okay, when you called the police because there was something wrong with her, right?
Well, she smacked me over the head, cracked my helmet, kicked my motorcycle down.
She was angry at you about that whole baby thing, right?
No, now that to me, just to me, she was trying to get more. She said there was a baby thing, was more to get more things because he kept calling me a snitch. Are you a snitch? You're a snitch. What am I snitching on? What am I snitching on? If I don't know nothing, what am I snitching on? Only thing I know is what you tell me. And what you told me was this. And now when that kid's mother called me, and I went to the house, and I instructed the mother to remove the body from the police department and get her own autopsy on it, came back that the dope the kid is supposed to be in his body didn't coagulate. Which means is they gave him the dope after he was dead. That's what that means. So there's an ongoing cover-up that's been going on.
Got it.
So,
All right, so how many different dates are we talking about? We're talking about the date in June, the date in July, the date in August, right? All right, so we've gone through the date in June. That's the date on which the police were initially called by you. You were at her place in Coconut
And that's when
Grove.
the one cop had initially, I told him what was going on and
Right.
how I felt, and that's when he put the secret PFA in, or whatever. And
So from
then,
that point, there was apparently a no contact order that prohibited her from having further contact with you.
right, but I go
Apparently
to,
that was
but-
violated sometime in June.
because
when she
I
had
go
contact
to the hospital. I go to the same hospital she work at. I deliver. What was going on then was she was having the security team there slow me down, do this, do that. Somebody told the police department that I was carrying drugs in my car.
Right. All right, so we're talking about, that's the period of time between June 28th and July 15th, right?
Hmm.
Okay. And,
And she started sleeping with my boss.
oh. Good talk there.
And that's hence the reason why all these cases started building up on me, doing this and doing that. Hence the reason she says a couple things. So we know it's an ongoing thing that she said she was going to be doing. So, and I don't understand how the police department does an investigation on somebody who don't do anything wrong. So I mean, somebody had to tell you. And when the sheriff department told me that, oh, we know you carry illegal drugs in your car, over a case with Laurel, kind of tells me that, hey, she has something to do with it.
Got it. Eight, 8/26.
And this is just being said so it's documented, so anything ever happens to me outside of these days, it's already on court record. Sworn testimony.
All right, so let's go to the August incident. That's the third of the three incidents. So we have the incident in late June,
I have her on-
mid-July, and then August.
I have her on my Ring camera. I'm trying to duck underneath my Ring camera, banging on my door with a knife in her hand. When she thought that my girlfriend was going to be at the house.
On that day, it is alleged that she committed the crime of aggravated stalking.
Just here to find out from my friend from the fire department. She said that she'd been coming to my house numerous times, which means that she was talking to my ex-girlfriend, which is Tiffany Merritt, who works for Marshman Security, who is also covering up rape cases. Because documentation, she went as far as giving me all the access to the cameras because she was scared at her job. So there's a lot of women out here that's being really battered and bruised by these men in positioning.
All right, so tell me how Ms. Pearson committed the crime of aggravated stalking against you sometime on or about August 25th.
She came to my house and tried to duck underneath my Ring camera with a knife in her hand, banging on my door.
And that was on August 25th, right?
That's the last incident. So if the cops went to her house and said that, hey, they went to her house for a wellness check, that means there was falsifying information because they was going there to arrest her for the stalking charges. Which means is that now the Coral Springs Police Department is now the reason why they sit outside my house across the street, hacking my Ring cameras and hacking my inside cameras.
Right. Who is known as Black?
That's the real.
Okay. So the report indicates that you advised the name stated was Black. A
Wrong.
nickname he knows Laurel Pearson by. Stated that he has another friend whose name is also Black and answered the phone. So when you were being contacted by Laurel, did you believe that you were being contacted by somebody else besides Laurel Pearson?
Yes. Laurel was calling me from the hospital phones with the security team phone. So the security team could be her witnesses on her case. but she was screwing them as well.
But you told the police that during the conversation, you stated that Pearson said that she lost her job, got a felony charge, and she did not spit on the police officers. And you went on to say that Pearson went on to state that she was going to fuck up his shit, meaning you, I guess?
Yes.
Alright.
And 2 days after that, I lost my job.
Alright, that's what happened. She was telling the truth.
Right?
I guess what I'm asking is, on any of those days, did she have contact with you?
On the day that she came to my house, I was gone at work. I worked from 4:30 to 8 o'clock at night. 4:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. I've been doing that for 2 years straight.
Okay.
So
where was that? 4:30 till 8 o'clock at night?
So at 4:30 in the morning, I would go pick up from PetNet in Hollywood, and I would drive out to Naples, outside of Orlando, a little bit before Orlando. I would travel all them distances to drop off nuclear medicine, right? So, and then knowing that she's screwing the dude that actually is there at my things, and they're making sure that I try to lose my job and set me up with different things. Security teams, all this other stuff, all these security teams, to use the security team up at the hospital, to use their hospital information to pull up all my information, to pull up my social security number, my birth dates, to pull up my baby mom's information, to where they were scared and they had to go outside different hospitals. And I'm pretty sure that she probably got the security team at the hospital as a witness, which means is, hey, I ain't lying. So you're in the middle of human trafficking, whole lot of information that you don't even know what she's really into. Really. She goes by naughty nurse on one of these sexual sites. Like, it's just an ongoing thing. And now she's using them people to try to come at me. But my God is a mighty God. And whatever God got for me, it'll come. Either I'll meet my maker sooner or they'll meet theirs.
Okay. So the way I'm understanding it, there was never any actual contact between Laurel and you on August 22nd or August 23rd, although there were efforts to communicate with you via phone.
She still trying to hit me up on social media.
She what?
She still trying to hit people up on social media. Because she knows all my information, she can get into all my accounts. So I ain't went and done anything yet just to keep on an ongoing practice of what they keep doing so I can build a bigger case of a continuous problems.
All right, so how did Laurel Pearson harass you between the 22nd day of August and the 23rd day of August 2000?
She was calling my phone from the hospital,
Right.
trying to get in contact with me.
Right.
So
Well, what was the harassment?
block. When she came to my house and tried to duck underneath my Ring camera
Right.
and bang on my door.
Okay.
That's the where the crazy part comes in.
Okay. Is
So-
that the harassment?
Yeah, that's harassment. When you come to my house when you ain't supposed to be at my house.
Got it. Okay. And the malice? Where was the malice?
Her sneaking underneath my Ring camera and knocking on the door when she doesn't think that the Ring camera is catching her. So she's trying to do something malicious and couldn't get away with it.
Did it appear to you that she wanted to make contact with you that day?
Yeah.
Did it seem like she wanted to make contact with you?
Not me. Whoever was at my house, whoever would have opened the door.
Well, who else would it have been besides you?
My girlfriend. I stayed with my girlfriend at the time, and I just had a brand new baby.
Right.
So we stayed together.
Okay. But where was the girlfriend the time before, in July?
She was gone.
What do you mean she was gone? Where was she?
She was with her friends.
Where
With her
was the baby
friend.
born?
The baby was born in February 14th.
Oh, so long prior to the July incident.
February 14th. Yeah, so February 14th. Yeah, so
Six months before the
yeah,
July incident.
yeah.
So again, I'll ask you, you told me that the mother of your child was living with you
Yes.
in late August of 2023. I asked you where the girlfriend was on July 15th of 2023. You said she was gone. Gone moved out, or gone just not there that particular day?
Not that day on that particular day.
Oh, but she was still living there.
Yeah, so her mail still comes to my house now, but she's not there, which means she's doing something too. They're always the rail ended up linking up with my girlfriend, who both are into the world, which means I say into the world, into the sex trafficking world.
Ah, I see. Okay,
So-
just so I'm understanding, let me just interrupt you for 1 second if I could. So Laurel wasn't trying to hurt your
Yes,
your
yes,
child.
she was,
She was working
because-
with her.
That's why she came to the house with a knife. So they were supposed to have an understanding that there was supposed to be a separation. And when my girlfriend still was there, Laurel still had a problem with that. So when she came to my house, she didn't come to my house to knock on the door and sneak underneath my Ring camera to have a communication conversation. You came to do something because you got a knife in your hand. In prior incidents that I know, people come to people's houses, knife in their hand, they usually get injured.
But your girlfriend wasn't there that day.
Right.
With your child.
No. But I just posted a picture on social media that we were together and my kids. Me and my kids was laughing and giggling.
And did you say that you had video of this?
Yeah.
Sneaking around in August?
Yeah, the cops got it.
Okay.
And when I sleep, I even showed my friend who worked in the fire department. And Laurel, what I tell you, Laurel didn't look like Laurel. And when I contacted her, she contacted me after that day. And I said, hey, and I said, you don't even look right. And she said, what do you mean? I said, something's not right with you. You're too far gone. And that's what she stated. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I lost this. I did this. It'll make sure you lose everything. One day I went to work. I don't know for a fact, but the same day that I went to work, the day she went to my Ring camera, something told me to turn back around. I went back to my house. And when I turned back around, there was a cop car waving the lights in the bushes. So I don't know if she's out there trying to stalk or do anything. There's time that she came to my house and was messing with my vehicles. I didn't say anything. I didn't do none of that because everybody got their own problems. So I try to work with people and try to help people out. But this is what happens when you try to help people out who are too far gone, who gets involved with different men. And now these men and these people want to do other things and they're outside of other things. They're into identity stuff. They're into this human trafficking. And now with her doing all this other stuff and being involved with the police department, she got pulled over numerous times, drunk. I had to go get her. Had to use my friends to get her out of trouble because she had DUIs. I came and got her twice out of a DUI case. Twice. That she should have got charged after her first one. In her first DUI case, I felt bad because I knew that my girlfriend and her friends set her up. And that's marked in the security.
So the relationship between you and Laurel over the time that you had a relationship with her was strictly sexual. There was no love. There was
No love,
expectations,
just
no
sexual, just came over, knocked her guts out, did whatever, went home. Never stayed the night, never did anything.
Was she ever under the influence the times that she came to your house and had sex with you?
Always.
But she knew what she was doing, all right?
Sir, they would clean themselves out with IVs. They would flush their system out with IVs. And that's when I told her that your job is too more important. What are you doing? We're doing. I'm the ones who helped her get back to go back to school.